Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Brahma Kumari's Calgary Center. My name is Manpreet, and today again we are here to discuss the self-care series, and just wanted to check that the sound is okay, and we might ask you for the reflection during the session, or you can comment in the live chat. If you are not able to access your live chat, just log in with your Gmail account. And welcome once again. And let's start with our today's virtue. So we have discussed so many virtues in last few months, and we saw that those are the priorities of our life. The self-care includes our behavior in everyday life, how we respond to the several situations in our life. It is the actions that we have take when we face any situation in our life, and how those actions, where from those actions come, from who you are really, from your personality, from the virtues you have inside, from your inner strength. So our today's virtue is self-confidence. So let me ask you, what do you mean by self-confidence? What is the term when I say self-confidence comes in your mind? What describes best to it? Take few moments. You can leave comments in the live chat if you want. We would love to share. Take few moments here and think about the self-confidence. Or let me just rephrase this question for you. Let me put in other words, that what was that moment in your life when you feel so much confident to take the steps ahead in your life? At that moment when you feel so courageous and zeal in your life, that yes, I can do this. I can take step ahead to follow my dreams. Take few seconds and visualize those moments. All right, let's go ahead and let me tell you the small definition about the self-confidence so you can get some ideas. I know you have some in your mind, but of course, let's see the definition of it so you can get more clear idea about this virtue. So self-confidence is an attitude about your skills and abilities, the unique talents you have in. It means no matter what are your weaknesses and strengths, you are accepting yourself, and you have the trust built within yourself that you have the sense of control in your life. It's not like everything is going out of my control. No, the self-confidence means that you have a positive attitude towards your abilities, your talents, as well as your weaknesses. So now let's move on. Let's discuss a small story, inspirational story about the self-confidence. And this short story will give us a lesson for the life. You can keep these lessons throughout your life, throughout those situations you faced every day in life. So, a story about a tired bird. Once upon a time, a tired bird, landed on the branch of the tree, and the bird rested, and it was also enjoying the view from that branch. And of course, that branch was offering him a safety from the dangerous animals down in the forest. So just as the bird became used to of the branch, and he was taking the rest on it, and he was also realizing that that branch of the tree was offering him safety and security. After some time, the strong wind started blowing, and the tree swayed in such a intensity, and it seems that branch could snap into half. It was the moment of anxiety, fear, nervousness. But you know what? That bird was not feared at all. Why? Because at that moment, that bird knew the two truths, the two big truths of his life. That one was, even without the branch, it will be able to fly. If he doesn't have the support from the branch of the tree, still he's able to fly. And he knows the power of his own wings that gives it a power, a uniqueness, and this security, safety to fly in the sky without any support. And the second truth was, it also knows that there are many other branches on the tree which he can rest upon for even a whole life. So it doesn't matter the one branch snap into the half, but he has the whole tree. So those are the truths of his life he knew at that moment, and he doesn't have any scare from anything. So what we can learn from this story? What will be the reflection? Take few seconds and let's take a lesson from this bird. So this small story tells us a lot about our own self-confidence and courage. We are capable of so much more than we realize in everyday life. And when we can just release the grasp on our physical structure that hold us to the ground, and then we can start to understand that just how far we can fly under our own power, under our own wings power. And as always we saw, throughout the forest of our own lives, there are so many so-called branches and trees on which we rely on, and while sometimes we do need recovery and shelter, but we can also learn as we grow that the safety and this security do not always last. And what lasts really and permanently is with rest within us. And that is in the form of positive self-esteem and the beliefs in our own unique abilities, own unique talents that makes us different from each other. You have the different talents with your positive self-esteem and that courage. And it's same like in our life. As we saw, that bird has the rest on the branches. We can do, but as we grow up, what really matters is you, yourself, your inner strength that lies within you, that brings out who you are really. Here, take few moments and think about it. Think about that bird, how he was thinking at that situation when the wind was blowing in such an intensity. It seemed like our life, that when we face to some situations at that moment, think about those moments. What was that? And how you respond to them, with the positivity, with the courage and the self-confidence. And I would like to share one example. We all know about the famous man Thomas Edison. He is a big example of self-confidence, how he lead his life to such a high point, to such a successful man he is. So Thomas Edison, he is a famous inventor of phonograph and the movie cameras and the alkaline storage batteries. But we all know there is a success story we can see now, but there was a failure story behind as well. So he failed 10,000 or maybe more than that so many times in his life, but he never lost the confidence. He was the master of trial and error. He was keep trying the new things, and he was not afraid in his life of making mistakes, because he was learning something from them and keep going, keep taking the steps ahead in his life. To invent something new, he was open to make the mistakes. And which attitude brings him here on this such a successful point, in such a successful life? We can say it was his self-confidence, his self-positive esteem, the courage in his life. Let's move on and let's see what is the importance of the self-confidence in our life. Of course, we all know that the self-confidence is very important in our life, in everyone's life. While you from growing up as a kid towards youth and young age and adult, we all need that confidence in our life to gain those opportunities, to take the new steps ahead, to attain our destination, the goals. And I just figured out few points about the importance. I know it has a lot. It might be you have the new ideas as well, like why the self-confidence in your life it's important. I would request you to put in live chat what is the importance of self-confidence in your life, and let's discuss these few I have figured out. So, of course, self-confidence helps us to create a better relationship. Either you're a student in a college, or you're working with the colleagues, you're working with organization. So if you are self-confident, of course, you will create a better relationship, and you will maintain that for your whole life, a better and best relationship. That all comes from the self-confidence, that you have that self-trust, no matter whatever people are saying outside, but you have that trust and courage on yourself, which lies in your inner strength, which coming from there. So second is, it helps us to feel the sense of achievement, because so many times we face the things. Sometimes I just found that I achieved just a small thing. At that moment, if I'm not self-confident, I will think, oh, it might be my luck. It was something like about my luck. That's why I just get it. No, it is not luck. It's your self-confidence that you have attained that victory in your life. And of course, if you are self-confident, you can celebrate your success, even it's a small or a bigger, with the only a positive self-confidence on yourself. When you realize that this is the unique ability, the talent that I have done about, this is mine. That's the only thing when you celebrate your success truly, which increase the greater sense of achievement in our life. And next is, of course, if you are self-confident, it will help you to grow personally. When you are get any chance in your life, for example, like a new opportunity for the career and growth, will you take it? Or you will think twice that, am I able to do this? Is it my career? Should I do this? Should I take it? So many questions puzzling your mind, right? But only if you are confident in your approach, that yes, this is the opportunity. This is my opportunity to take the step ahead in my life. And I would love to take that. It helps you to grow personally. And at that moment, you can know yourself truly from inside. You can know the person that lies within you without even the comparison, without even the opinion of others that you are useful or useless. No, you know that you can do this. And next is, the self-confidence makes you positive. That we can all experience in our life. Even though if we're going for any interview, or even for any part, any like occasion of our life, you can see that when you're going to meet someone, you saw that person like in first impression, and you feel that confidence that, wow, this person has something. That is their self-confidence, which they don't need to tell anyone that I have this. No, their self-confidence explains everything to others, which brings the positive image, the positivity in your way of living. That's all about the self-confidence. And of course, if you are self-confident in your approach, in your every situation of life, you can achieve the goals of your life. If you are thinking that I want to become a doctor in few years, but imagine you have a low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and you are not taking the new opportunities, you are not taking even any internship or anything you're offering to, how you could be the good doctor, how you could be that what you want to achieve. It is all about the self-confidence that yes, no matter if I'll get the failure in the life, it's okay, but still I want to take that chance. It might bring the successfulness in my life. It will bring the happiness and the peace in my life. So it's all about the self-confidence that brings you here to achieve the goals of the life so easily. Even sometimes you don't realize how able you are to work in your life, to go ahead, take the new possibilities after the every situation. Let's move on to the factors. So we saw that why the self-confidence is important in my life, in your life, in everyone's life. Now, of course, we come to see those moments in our life which makes us confused that am I really able to do that, or I should drop this idea, right? Those are the factors, few of the factors I found that really affects our confidence in our day-to-day life. Let's discuss those few. So the first one is your self-image. So when I'm saying self-image, which means it interprets, it shows, depicts my choices that I have made in my life. No matter it was past, no matter it is coming the future that I'm making the choices, but it's all about you. That, for example, I'm going to choose such a great career in my life, which I feel that it meant to be like this for me. But other others are saying to you that you can do that. This is not, you should do that. And even like you can say, like there are few, we say this easily, like the girls can't do this. It happens so many times. But what brings them to such a higher level of the success is their self-image, that how they're making the choices in their life. Because every time if someone is telling you that you cannot do this, it's not you, it is their choice. They are telling you that they don't like this. It's not my choice. My choice is what I want to become. But if someone is telling you anything, it means it's their choice. They are telling their choice. So, for this, you need to develop that positive self-image. You should know that I have someone inside me who can tell me I am a useful person. I am a worthy person. Just believe on yourself. And let's move on. And I found the second factor is the family and friends relation. Like every day, we met so many people. We go to school, college, university, or even at the workplace. So even come back to the family. With everyone, each and everyone, we have a different relationship. And those relationship on the everyday basis affect our self-image, our positivity, our self-esteem, self-respect. And finally, ultimately, it affects our self-confidence. For example, you can take an example of family, mother and children. So the child having a bad day at the school, and he came back to home. And do you think his mother will say that you're useless, you're worthless? No, right? Nobody can say that. But in anyhow, with different relationships, we got these kind of birds. Like sometimes somebody said us that very negative words, are low vibration, low power, low quality words. And we get those words on our heart. And now we are feeling that we are useless. Those affects our confidence, that becomes us lower and lower, deeper inside negativity development, which affects our self-confidence so much that low down us. We should keep those relationship to such a specific state, to the level that we can understand, we can handle them properly, unless until they are not affecting us in such a way. And next I have found is there are different factors, and I would like to give you the small example of the movie about the fairies. If you watch, that's a kid movie of the Tinkerbell. So I just saw that movie a few days back, and that fairy was looking. She was trying to invent like what unique qualities, the talents she has, and she was keep working. And but at that point, she was going to the different fairies. For example, like the water fairy, animal fairy, and then the forest fairy. And she was thinking that I can learn those skills that they all have it. But she was keep denying her own abilities. That was like inventing, making the new things, assembling the all broken things and bring it into work. So that is also like when we come to the group, into the gathering, like in the friend circle or in the family, at that moment it affects us. The others' abilities, we thought we might be like them, like as he or she has that quality, I can grow that one too, I can develop in myself. And at that point we ignore our own abilities and talents, as the same the Tinkerbell was doing at that moment. But at the end she realized that she has the own abilities and unique qualities that she was good at, and she doesn't need to change it, because she was the one who made the summer comes. Because as it shows in the movie, that the fairies bring the summer seasons and other seasons to us. A great movie. And if you can see the great lesson to learn, that your abilities and your talents are different from everyone, and you are unique for that. And there are other so many factors which affects our self-confidence. So sometimes, like the environment, we feel that the environment is negative, something which is not in our way. At that moment we feel low in our self-confidence, in self-trust. And then the crowd, sometimes like I was so much shy before, like speak in front of the public. I was like, I can't do that at the first time. But when I keep practicing this, I found that no, this is my unique ability, that I can do this. If I get this chance, I should take it. I should take this step. And now I found that, yeah, it was the factor, of course, at very first, but when you take this as an opportunity, you can see the results. And other factors, for example, we faced any accident in our life which affects our growth and development. And then you can say, like so many times, like in today's time, if you see anyone, everyone is looking for peace, love, and happiness. Why? Because they don't realize their own abilities. They don't realize how confident they are. How they don't realize that how powerful they are from an inner being. And they are staying lonely. And that staying alone makes them so negative, fearfulness, and these all things brings the anxiety, depression, so many like frustration from the life, and they want to end their life just because of they don't have the self-confidence to take the steps in their life. And then of course, lastly, the social comparison. This is, we can say, when we don't realize that such a power of our own wings, as like the bird, we compare ourselves to others, that we thought she might this ability, I should be like her, why I'm like this. At that moment you are hating yourself, you're hating yourself, that I don't love myself as I am, I want to be someone else. But think about this moment, how could you be someone else? They are who they are in their own way, and you are also best and special in your own way. All you need to figure it out, that your own power, your own abilities, all you need to see, you are like a flower, and you just need to see that how I can bloom in this world. Let's move on into the topic. So these were the few factors that normally affect our self-confidence, and which I found it is true that when it comes to the practical life, yeah, it is true. I talked to so many people that I saw, yes, it is normal that these factors come to us in our life. But it's all about you. You have to decide, you have to choose that which way you need to take in your life. And believe me, when you take the step in your life, you can just bring your ability in front of you, and you can break any rock. Let's move on. So now I'm going to discuss how we can build the confidence in our life. And I want to you ask that, just like the few ideas that how you did in your life, or how you're doing in your life, like the situation is coming to your life, and at that moment you, in your heart, in your brain, in your mind, like the two situations are going on, that either be positive or the negative, either be self-confident or just lose it and just sit down, don't take the step ahead. So you can share in the live chat if you want, we would love to share online. And the few steps I have found in the practical life, when I was like low in the self-confidence, at that moment, like I was found that I can't do this. But no, I did it. I took just the one step of compassion, and now I can feel that. And let's discuss those points that was really helpful for me to build the confidence. So the first is, be honest with yourself. So when I'm saying like be honest, it's not about if someone is looking at me, they're watching around, then I am honest. Otherwise, like, it's okay, the cheating is okay. Like I'm lying to myself that, for example, that I don't have the self-trust, and I'm lying to myself. I can't take this career in my life. I can't take that step of compassion. So always be honest with yourself in all the approach of your life. Here, I would like to give you the example of the stone. So we all saw the river flowing, and when the stone comes in the way of the river, what river does at that moment? As we discussed in the last session, it never stops, right? But of course, there is another aspect of this behind. That is that the beauty of those stones is those stones decide the new way of the river, that which way now, after passing to the stone, will go, which way, which direction. So it's same like our life. Those stones are the challenges, circumstances of our life that we face in daily life. But we just resist to that stone, that why these obstacle is coming into my life, why this is happening to me. Without resisting to the situation, try to adjust it. And when you see that beauty behind the stone, which decide the new way of your life, when you're presenting to that challenge and that situation, you have learned something. And when you learn and take the step after, you can see that the new way, new life. So be honest in your approach to achieve your dreams. And let's move on. So the next step I found that let's develop the new habits, the new healthy habits. We all know that the negative atmosphere never grows the positive tree. You can even take the example of the one rose. Take the example of like the water. If you are giving the negative vibrations, negative energy to that water, how you can see that changes in few days, even in the flowers, because they have the living energy too. So always, if you want to build the confidence, the true confidence in yourself, adapt new healthy habits. Here, let me tell you the example. So we all know that if we want to play a movie, we need to put the reel in it. So without reel, that movie doesn't play, right? So if you are keep carrying those old habits of negativity, doubting on yourself that I'm useless, kind of that, you can't take the steps in your life. You cannot play the movie without reel. So here, if you want to build your confidence, put the reel of the positivity, the courageousness, the love and happiness, the peacefulness, and the self-trust, which will help you to create your self with the good etiquettes, virtues. Then you can see the change in your life, because those choices you have made in your life, it will be your past, and the future will be your present, and you will never go into your past and the future. All you have the present moment to enjoy. So let's start making the new healthy habits. Be positive in your approach. Always think positive. Don't doubt yourself in such a way that brings you down in every approach. Always put the positive reel in your movie. Let's move on and see the another way I found, which is very helpful, which is mindfulness. You can call it meditation. So the meditation is, in simple words, it's not kind of like so heavy. You will think that, no, I can't do meditate. I don't know how to do it. Let me tell you today. So the meditation is that you know how to talk to yourself. That's all. That you know someone is some, or maybe a one person, that's me, and someone is inside sitting in my mind, that you believe in that. That's called meditation. And you know, and you're learning to talk to that person that is sitting inside of you. That's called meditation. It's not kind of that's so heavy word that you cannot carry in your life. That I have put in the practice. When I get myself time, 10-15 minutes, even like after 1 hour, few minutes, even few seconds, just to check that, am I okay? Why you're asking this to yourself? We all know, we all can realize that someone is sitting inside of us that we are asking, that is creating the thoughts in our mind. That develop the clear and faithful sense of who you are, that someone is inside. So let's start this approach today. Let's start this practicing today, that I will start to talk to myself few minutes. Start from few seconds, then few minutes, and few hours. it all about the practice. When you keep practicing from one step to other step, you can really build those habits, and that those habits makes brings or build our character and personality that we all see in others, right? So I would like to give the example of the mind here. It is like I heard from so many people, even I was like the same. I was thinking like why my mind is keep creating the thoughts, like those are the wasteful negative thought. I don't want to think about them, but they are keep coming and I don't have any control on them. We think this so easily. And believe me, what I found, that mind has this work. He has this job to do. You can think, let's take an example of kidneys. Let's take an example of other organs in our body. And you can see that the eyes have the job to see, the mouth has a job to speak, and the ears has a job to hear. And same like our mind. If you're thinking that you want to stop your mind thinking, how it is possible? Just imagine, if you can't see from your eyes, if you can't speak from your mouth, how you feel? It's same like our mind. Mind is like a child. It's same, it has to work. And the mind's work is to create the thoughts in your life, to give the direction to you. But it is all about the meditation, mindfulness, how you can grow yourself truly, who you are, how you can find that. And in that direction, when you go into that direction, when you start going there, you can see that how your mind is acting in such a positive way, where you are developing the sense of as you are, how you are developing your self-confidence. This is very important step in our today's life. Everybody needs to practice this to get the happiness, peace, love in our life. Because the physical objects, the money, big houses, big cars, they cannot give you happiness, love, and peace. Those all can give you the financial heavy burden, so-called, after. So I would like to request you that if you want to really learn that meditation, how to talk to yourself, contact our Brahma Kumari Center or do Raj Yoga course, 7 days Raj Yoga course. That will really help you to know who you are. Let's move on into the topic. And we all now try always new things which makes you uncomfortable. Like, don't just stay in the nutshell. Don't just stay in like wherever you are from a last like 20 years, last from 10 years. Don't just keep practicing that. It will not bring anything new to your life. Let's start this approach. Let's start this today to go beyond to your comfortable zone. When you see this, you can really find out how able I am to do the things in the right way. And how you can start this? Just talk positively and calmly to yourself that yes, I can do this. Start the words affirmation. Give these affirmations every day from the morning when you wakes up. Don't touch your phone. Just give this affirmation to yourself that I am stay positive. I am good at what I am. I know myself and I love myself. I'm a peaceful being. Just start talk like this and you can see the results. Those words, those affirmations will bring the change in your life. And let's move on. And of course, while going from those things out that we are practicing from like so many years, we should try a new attitude towards the life, towards all the challenges that we are facing in our life. Because of course, if we are here in this world and in the relationships with the family, at the work, we always face the new challenges in our life, always face new obstacles, the situations, the conditions, those affects us every day. But when you try the new attitude of the positivity, of the positive self-esteem and the positive self-image, you can build your confidence. And at that moment, you can start accepting yourself. You will accept yourself. Whatever is happening to you, that is okay. That is positive. You are faithful in that situation when you are adapting that new attitude towards your life. For example, I just found, like, we all know about the Henry Ford. He was the father of automobile and the creator of the assembly line. You know what? There is a successful story, of course, as we saw in Edison's story, but even he built the first automobile cars, the company of Ford, but his first and second company went bankrupt. And what he have learned from that failure, he always took that failure as a new opportunity in the life. He never saw that I have failed in this. No. This was the opportunity that I have taken in my life, and now I have learned that, and I won't repeat this in my life. And now you can see that where Henry Ford is now. Because those are the few success stories. There are so many. If you're going to search them, you can see their failure stories behind the successful story. Because the steps of the failure we are taking, those are the new ways, new opportunities that we are getting from the life. Take it always in the positive way, then you can learn. And so, yeah, those were the few the ways the strategies you can say, like, I have practices in my life. So let's see now, if you're presenting to such a specific situation in your life, like anything, you can visualize any situation that you have been suffering from, like the last few days, few weeks, or whatever, whenever it was. So just visualize those situations, and let me now tell you, like, the small exercise, how you can stay confident and positive in your every approach. So let's start this. So the first step is box breathing. I have heard this word like few days back, and then I have practiced this. How I can stay positive, stay confident in my life, how I can build that self-confidence truly. And when I have put this in practice, trust me, I found that it is very helpful. So the box breathing is like, it is an exercise to take all the negativities out from your body, right? For example, you having the thought of negativity, the fear and the anxiety or the doubts, self-doubts in your mind. So how you can take them off is start box breathing. So it is like, you have to you have to inhale from the nose, but you have to exhale that breathing from your mouth, which means you're taking the positivity inside, and all the negativities from your mouth, like, it's keep going outside. Try this. Whenever you're presenting to any situation, you're facing any difficult time in your life, try this step. Try box breathing. When you will feel that, you can really see that changes. Like in few seconds, you can see, wow, the negativity is going from my mind. Now I'm okay, I'm positive, and I'm ready to take another step of my life, how I want to find the solution of the problem. And yes, the next step is adopt the optimism. So try the box breathing, then adopt the optimism, which means see and be faithful in the situation, that okay, no matter the situation is right now I am in, but I want to go out from here. And how? Let's see the positive in it. when you see that, yeah, there is something good behind it. If I'm having this issue, I'm having this problem in the life, if I'm having this obstacle in my life, which means this is my opportunity to do good. And of course, there is good behind that. And we all knows, we have the choice to resist. If we do that, after like few days, few weeks, few months, when we recall those memories in our mind, we saw that we found that same thing, that yeah, this was the thing, this was the good thing that was supposed to happening in my life. Why you want to realize, like, after few months, few years, that this was the positive thing? Let's start from that particular moment. When you are in that specific situation, start see the positive at that moment. And believe me, you can change your attitude at that moment, and you can see that change. You can see that the happiness, you can see that the creativity in your life. And the last step is use logic. So okay, here, if you are presenting to the any obstacle in your life, I would say just keep the straight approach to that. Break the stone, or it will break you. So if you have that situation and you are in the middle of it, and you don't want to go ahead, and you're just keep resisting, you're just keep blaming people, you're just keep blaming others, that this is happening because of this person, this is happening because this was the thing, this is someone is did this for with me. No, that's our self doubts, that's putting us down all the time. Use the logic. And if you need to break the problem, just take the pen and paper, just keep write everything, just break that problem into the small steps, into the small parts, that okay, this happened, now this is happening, write this, now what should I do to resolve this issue? When you write this, you can see that how easily you have fixed that problem, how easily you have solved it. And what makes us in the doubt, it's our self-confidence. When we don't realize that, really that I am able to do that, I have this ability, that I can break this stone. That's all the things that affects us so much. Let's leave them behind from today onwards. Let's start this inner journey of inner being that brings us peace, love, and happiness, that we all are looking around from others, from outside. It is all about our inside. It is all lies within me, that yes, I am the peaceful, happy being that I can create from my inner strength. I don't need to beg it from outside, that I need some peace, I need some happiness. Can I buy it? No, you can't buy it. This is all like comes from your self-confidence. When you are confident in your approach in your life, then you can see that you will become a king of your dreams, and you will become a successful person in the life. And of course, I would say, let's start practicing this from today onwards. When you take first step of compassion, you will see that you can grow day by day. Every day, when you keep practicing that things, it will be your habits in your life. And believe me, let's take the challenge of few days, that I want to say every time I want to say that I am positive in my all the approaches. I don't want to think negative. I will put these things that we have discussed. We will put this into the practice in our daily life, in everyday life, when we are facing the different situations. Those are sometimes so hard. At that moment, we just freeze in that situation, that I'm not able to move from here, how I could tackle them. But all you need to build the confidence that yes, you can do this. keep a positive image of yourself, and no matter what, people has to judge. They have this job, you can say, that even you're doing everything good, everything right in your life, that still somebody will come to you and said, no, this is not something like we were looking for, this is not good. Why? Because at that moment you have to think they are giving their opinion, and this is not who you are. What you all need is the self-confidence. Let's start this from today. And thank you so much joining us this evening. And if you have any questions, you can contact our Brahma Kumari Center. You can find our website on Google. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. Have a good day.